Hello everyone, I am Ritika and today I am going to show you what is non-response and non-sampling error. So, um, uh, let's see. Non-response occur when sample individual fail to participate in a survey or skip certain questions that will lead to non-response uh, and non-response bias. Some people, there are many causes of non-response, like if the questionnaire is not well designed, poor design, survey design, busy lifestyle, like some people are at the workplace uh, or anywhere. Uh, some people are not, maybe some people are not interested in that survey, so they will not respond. So there are many reasons for non-response. Types of non-response. There are two types of non-response. One is item non-response and one is unit non-response. There is one more per type of non-response which I have not mentioned here and I'm not able to recall that. Something like wave non-response or something. I have read about that somewhere. So that is also a type of non-response. And non-response can be reduced by there are many ways to reduce non-response. So non-response can be reduced by public education and publicity before the survey, uh, individual pre-notification letters sent to respondent, like before doing any survey. If we will inform people about that survey, that we uh, there are chances that we can reduce non-response by doing these things, like providing like incentive for a response and providing clear information, and also we provide that we are not going to misuse their data, and we will ensure that we will not misuse that data, and we will only use that data for the survey purpose and for doing our research or anything. So by doing these things we can reduce our response, like we can set a time for interviewing people, like for example for if we set a time, then it may be possible that by doing this we can reduce non-response. Like for example, see when we used to see when we used to use de facto method for doing like census, when used to use de facto method before 1931, like England and India used to use not just like de facto method for doing surveys for collecting data for census till 1931, and after that they have stopped using that. Like from 1941 India had adopted de zero method. So in de facto method, what they have uh, in a data is collected in a whole night. So what they do, they uh, select a day, and on that day they will collect data on the day of that night. Like on one day they collect the data for census in one night, whole night, like enumeration process. uh, the enumerators collect data whole night on that particular date. So that was a part of census data. Like same like same procedure we can also adopt this, like if we are going to collect data or for any survey or anything, then we can what we will do is, um, before doing that survey we can inform everyone about that survey, that on this date we are going to do survey. So that is that will help in reducing non-response, like the enumerators also used to do. Like I think the example of census is not very relevant here, but I want to give that example, that's why. Okay, like data collection method. Some people are not very intelligent or not very uh, they have no like everyone do not have knowledge of about everything. Like uh, suppose even if someone is very knowledgeable or intelligent, that does not mean that they have knowledge about everything. It doesn't mean that they know everything. It means that they know some they know about their field and they have knowledge about their own field. We can't judge them on the basis of like what I know is the collection of my is the collection of the knowledge of related to my field and some knowledge related to different fields and the time I have invested in here and there. I know I have knowledge about things in which I have invested my time. Uh, Maybe some people of my age do not have uh, some knowledge which I have, and they have some knowledge which I do not have. So everyone is different, so we can't judge anyone's knowledge on the basis of their like uh, knowledge base. So suppose there was a literate person, and that person is a specialist of Hindi language or a Marathi language, and we are going to collect data on a we are going to collect data about financial uh, market or something like a stock market or something. It may be possible that you do not have uh, uh, knowledge about those things. So for that a well trained interviewer who have knowledge and who are uh, uh, able to collect data nicely, it is very important to have well trained interviewers so that they are able to collect data from those people by uh, in an efficient way. So that okay, let's proxy non proxy responses like so suppose that we are going to collect data about on a household, and it may be possible that some members of that household is not present and some are present. um, so we can allow some people to respond on the behalf of someone, like that comes under proxy responses. Because see, if I'm going Patna for collecting data of a household, uh, and some member of the some house is not present, and if I will fill those gaps. If I will fill those questions by myself by doing any technique, then the chances of error is high. But if I allow uh, people of that same household to fill the answer, then it may be possible that the chances of errors are less in comparison to the data filled by me. Like so that for that way we use proxy response. Questionnaire design: a well designed questionnaire which looks short, easy and clear may achieve better response rate than large intimidating complex ones. Like a well designed questionnaire will help you in collecting data, and yeah, a well designed questionnaire is helpful. Types of response: each unit in the sample, like everyone may respond or may not respond. There are two chances, like respond or not respond. So for that we have assigned two value, like one if unit I respond and zero if unit I not respond. There are three types of missingness: missing completely at random, missing at random, and non-ignorable non-response. Okay. Missing completely at random. So this is when the probability of response phi I is the same for all units, no matter what their value of phi I in xi are. So this is the definition of missing completely at random. You can see from here. Like okay. Missing at random. This is also known as missing at random. Given covariates or alternatively ignorable or small. This is the definition of missing at random. You can uh, read this. And this is the definition of non-ignorable non-response. Okay, so there are methods to calculate response rate, how many people have responded and how many people have not responded. So on the basis of that we collect that how many people are responded and how many people are not. So the number of non respondent n are divided by the number of sample number n. Like this is the first method to calculate response rate. Like number of respondent n are divided by the number of sample number n. And the second method is to calculate response rate is number of respondent n are divided by the number of sample number contacted, like n r by nc. And this is the third method. Like by these method we can calculate the response rate. Post stratification, in many survey we have access to population summaries from other sources. For example, in a household survey we can compare the population estimate from the survey with the known population total from the census. Like this is the definition of post stratification. uh, these are the methods to fill the gap which is caused by non-response. Like imputation is a process whereby missing data are replaced. This may be done for individual items where there has been non-response uh, or inconsistent response. Uh, Imputation is often done so that a clean looking complete data set is created for analysis. So imputation is used to fill the gap caused by non-response or to reduce non-response. We use imputation technique. There are many types of imputation: purposive imputation, deductive imputation, imputation, hot deck imputation, sequential hot deck imputation, random hot deck imputation, cold deck imputation, regression imputation. Mm, Multiple imputation and substitution. Purposive imputation, where an item is missing, the surveyor chooses a value that he considers most likely. Like this rely on the surveyor having relevant knowledge. Uh, so if I'm doing a survey and if some unit of population do not sample do not respond, then on the basis of my own knowledge I will fill that gap. The response I will fill questionnaire uh, on the behalf of the respondent on the basis of my own knowledge. That comes under purposive imputation. Like surveyor fill that gap, that comes under purposive imputation. Deductive imputation, when an item is missing but its value can be reduced. For example, uh, suppose there is a example in this where a respondent say he is married but he is only 10 years old. So nowadays it's very rare to that someone of 10 years is 10 year uh, is married. It's very rare. Like it's not completely impossible but it's rare. Like one two cases are there but it's rare, rarest of the rare. Like no one nowadays, no one marry at the age of 10. No one's parent allow पीट पीट के उनको school भेजते हैं. So that comes under deductive imputation. So on the basis of our own common sense we can we can remove uh, that that uh, that result or that answer. So that comes under deductive imputation. Cell mean imputation, where a numerical item is missing for a particular respondent, example age, income, or number of cars owned, etc. We may impute the item value by using the mean value of that item for other respondent who resemble that respondent. Respondents are grouped into cells just as in the weighing class adjustment, and the mean item value of all respondents in that cell is taken. Like this comes under cell mean interpretation. Uh, Sequential imputation. Sequential hot deck imputation use the most recent record in the list from the same cell. The sequential hot deck imputation use the most recent record in the list from the same cell. Random hot imputation use a random like nearest neighbor hot imputation. Define a similarity measure between records and choose the record which is most similar. Like the old example, the one where the age is close or where the age and income are closest. Like we choose the nearest value that comes under nearest neighbor imputation. Like cold egg imputation, it is just opposite of hot egg imputation. Uh, if this so yeah, you can read the definition of cold egg imputation from here. Regression imputation replace the missing value with the prediction from a regression model that use the respondent in the same cell to create a model of the way the outcome y depends on the known measured covariates x and use that model to predict a value for the missing record given its particular value of the covariates. Like replace the missing with the prediction of a regression model that comes under regression imputation. And multiple imputation, instead of imputing values once, we impute them a number of times. That comes under multiple imputation. Using one of the methods is above this, that means we end up with say 10 dataset, each of which has at the missing values imputable. We then calculate 10 estimate, one from each of the imputed dataset and average them. Like this comes under multiple imputation. This is a definition of multiple imputation. Substitution. This method of imputation occurs in the field while the survey is in progress. The non-respondent is replaced by a neighbor or the next person who can be found to respond instead. Like we substitute one non-response from the other person, like, or we take response of another person on the place of that person. That comes under substitution. Uh, Total error. There are two types of error in sampling error and non-sampling error. Non-sampling error therefore arises mainly due to misleading definitions and concepts, inadequate frames and unsatisfactory questionnaire, defective method of data collection, tabulation, coding, incomplete coverage of sampling units. These errors are unpredictable and not easily controlled. Unlike in the control of sampling error, this error may increase with an increase in sample size. Like if this error is not properly controlled, non-sampling error can be more damaging than sampling error for large scale household survey. Non-sampling error arises from the following factor: data specification is inadequate or inconsistent with respect to the objective of the survey. These are the causes because of that non-sampling error arises. These are the causes because of that non-sampling error arises. That duplication or omission of units due to an imprecise definition of the boundaries of areas, units, incomplete or wrong identification of particular of unit, or faulty method of enumeration, inappropriate method of interviews and observation or measurement using an unambiguous questionnaire, definition or instruction, inadequate scrutiny of the basic data, and all. This all comes under non-sampling. These are the reasons because of that non-sampling error arises. Error during presentation and publication of tabulated results and all. Types of non-response error. Uh, so in 2003, uh, they have identified five component of non-sampling error. These are specification error, frame non-response, measurement and processing error. Uh, Specification error. Mm, when the collected sample when the collected sample is not a good representation of that population, that comes under like specification error. can read the definition of this from here. Like measurement error, these error arises from the fact that what is observed or what measured depart from the actual value of the sample unit. Like what we want to measure and what we have observed, though both are not same, then that comes under measurement error and all. You can read this from here. Processing error like editing error, coding, data entry error, programming error, all comes under non-sampling error. Error of estimation, these arise in the process of extrapolation of results from the observed sample units to the entire target population. These include error of coverage, sample selection and implementation, non-response, as well as sampling variability and estimation bias. This group of errors centers on the process of sample design, implementation and estimation. Uh, so, for tackling non-response in question, in Hansen and Woodways has given a technique in 1946 and suggested a solution for obtaining unbiased estimates in mail surveys. Like in this, the questionnaire are mailed to all respondents, including a sample and a list of, and when and a list of non-respondent is prepared after the deadline of the survey is over, then a subsample is drawn from the set of non-respondent. Like once the survey is over, then a list of non-respondent is prepared and a subset of non-respondent is selected, drawn, and then direct interview is conducted with the selected respondent. Uh, and then what is required is collected from them, and this process is used to reduce non-response error. So these are all the formula and all. Okay, धन्यवाद. Bye and bye bye.